So I would say that my most favorite part of being parliamentarian was definitely leading voting fellowships at states. It was really fun to have the opportunity to just speak in front of everyone and be able to lead the crowd and lead voting. Okay, so I would say some challenges were the preparations required for like constitutional edits and amendments and officer videos. That definitely required a lot of commitment and time and effort. So the preparations required for voting fellowship at states is pretty simple. It is just, sadly I wasn't there because I had music night the night of the speeches. So I got notes from Owen Layfield. He was really helpful. He took some notes on the speeches. I went to Candidates Open Forum, took notes on that, and took notes on like all the officers' like social media, like the accounts that they put forward as their like running accounts. And so you just take notes on those, know what you're gonna say about each person. It's just simple preparations to make sure that like you know what you're gonna say and it all runs smoothly. Okay, so preparation terms, basically, so I just had to make a slideshow. And so to make this easier, at the start of the year, as soon as I was parliamentarian, what I did was I made a doc with all my edits on one side, on the right side, and all the like actual text in the section and subsection where it comes from, so that I could just copy and paste it from one side onto the slide and the other onto the slide too, and then it would just be right there, so I could just go through it without any extra last minute preparations required. Okay, so the big thing that I use to get qualified people to run is just word of mouth. I found it really effective to just go up to people and say, hey, are you planning to run for JCL office? And they were like, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence. And I would say, okay, well, first of all, like, you should, because you're really qualified. The application's really easy, just do this. And then second, the info session coming up. So that'll just hopefully encourage more qualified people if they're on the fence or don't know, just to get out there and run, can't hurt. And lastly, and really importantly, officer videos. I've been doing them for like a few weeks now and just editing them and filming them and getting them out so that people know like how it is to actually be an officer and not just like what the Constitution says, which although it's helpful, it isn't very easy to understand if you don't like know what other things are. So it's just a really good way to get information about the offices out. Okay, so some tips for the next person watching, or for the next parliamentarian, hopefully the person watching this, is that I definitely encourage you to stay organized and get things done. So, like what I did for the BLSJCL Constitution amendments, just make a doc at the start of the year and make it like, do it as you go on. Don't do it all at once, like the night before you have to do the slideshow, because that'll just end up messy and it won't end well. Just do it as you can and fill out amendments that you think would be good. Like, just as I said earlier, original text on the side, section, subsection, and edited text on the right. And it's really helpful. Also, just getting out there and making sure people like know to run for office and know what they're like, and if they're on the fence, just try to encourage them, get people more involved. It's really fun. And yeah, just do things when you can. Don't wait till the last minute. It's better. The earlier you can do it, the better. I mean, in like for constitution edits or elections, for example, you can't like do officer videos before states because, well, first of all, most people haven't even completely done their office, but also like it's just too early and it just wouldn't work. But so for something like that, do like constitution edits. Like make sure you know what you're doing for constitution edits before states, and then focus more on elections after states. And it'll end up really well if you do that, and you'll be very, very prepared for all the meetings.